Cheers, radio.
Bam, we're back.
What's
Episode
good?
92. Matías Ponce in house. Welcome, brother.
What's good, brother?
What's up,
Good,
my brother? How are you,
I'm
man?
good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have you on, bro. We've been talking about this for a minute, but
Yeah.
pandemic and shit, I don't know, dude. It's been hard to get this shit back rolling.
Yep.
But we're back. All right, episode 92. We're deep in this bitch.
9 deuce.
And I usually like when I first have people on, I like to just get like their whole story and just kind of how they fell into like their creative art form, whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
And I know you do theater and shit like that, but I think you kind of fell into that probably as well. But you grew up. You said Ohio. You grew up.
Yeah. Originally from Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah.
From Glass City.
Is that? I saw you do a video on your gram. Is that in your hometown?
That's my neighborhood. Yeah. So
Tight.
like where I'm from, where I grew up, from the South End.
That's what it's called. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
watching.
yeah.
I was like, where the fuck is South End? We were watching it. It's like, Ohio. I don't know.
No, it's South.
What's in Ohio, dude?
It's you got a lot, man. You got the Buckeyes.
Oh yeah, Ohio State Buckeyes.
Ohio State
Okay.
Buckeyes.
People love college football. That's football. College football.
Yeah. You got Toledo, Cleveland, Cincinnati,
You had to get out of there, huh?
Columbus. It's the Midwest, bro. It's the crossroads of America.
Yeah.
You know, we're right by the Great Lakes. We're like 40 minutes from Detroit, 3 hours from Chicago. You know, and if you
Oh,
want
that's not bad, 3 hours from Chicago?
Yeah. And
Okay.
if you want to get to New York, you have to cross through Toledo, Cleveland to get across. Basically, it's Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
is between you.
So you got to get out of there, basically, right? When'd you come out to L.A.?
I moved out to LA in September of 2009.
2009.
Yeah, bro.
And you came out here to act, or what?
Yeah,
You going?
straight out of act.
How did that idea come about? You just,
Well, shit, man. Just it started with my mother back in Ohio and just over in Toledo. She worked for a cable company back in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
And they were doing promoting their company. This is when commercials were just coming around, like to be more popular with kids. So they asked a bunch of the employees' kids if they wanted to be in this commercial. So my mother hit me up, and I was probably like 10, 11, man. And they asked me, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. And basically it was like a testimonial that we did about why it was lucky to be a cable kid.
A mí me gusta el cable.
A mí me gusta el cable de ESPN Deportes.
Yeah. Hey, the man, cut the check. Hey, bro, I know the game.
Yeah,
yo,
man.
That's my game. The commercials is like my shit.
Yeah. So that was my first introduction.
And that was
to
just
it.
random, right? Your mom worked
It
there.
was just random, bro, because my mother worked there.
So you got in. You probably were like, yo, this shit's tight. Y'all get
Yeah.
paid? Did you get paid?
Yeah, I got paid.
Hell
Got
yeah.
paid and I think I got like free movie tickets out of it.
You see what I'm saying? You're a 10-year-old. More do you want, dude? Tight. So the bug got you there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you take any classes after that, or what'd you do from there?
From there, man, I kind of didn't get back into it probably until high school, bro, because I was just doing neighborhood shit, growing up with homies, and not really about what I was gonna do after all of that. You know, I wasn't thinking like that at the time.
You're living it,
Living and learning, making mistakes, doing dumb shit.
I'm an expert, sir. Got my master's in dumb shit.
But I don't know. The other part too, man. Like where I'm from, bro. Like where I grew up. Like it's inner city. There's some neighborhoods of LA that resemble a little bit of where I'm from. Like when I think in terms of like inner city LA, like South LA.
Is it like did you have white people in your neighborhood, black people, brown people?
It was where I grew up predominantly was Latino, Hispanic.
Okay, cool.
But I went to all black high school.
Yeah.
The white people that were around us weren't necessarily like white people.
What do you mean? They were poor white people?
Because a lot of it was influenced by black culture. Where
I see.
Like where we grew up.
Yeah.
They
They didn't behave white, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they didn't necessarily behave white.
Yeah.
So they had a bit of flavor to them.
Yeah. Little tapatio
But
or hot
yeah,
sauce
man.
in
But
them.
over there for me, like doing this now, like growing up, it wasn't cool. You know, it wasn't something that
Hell
you did.
no.
You feel me?
Same shit with me,
Yeah,
dude.
you know.
Everybody's like, look at this bitch. You
Yeah,
know,
look
you're trying to
at
act
this
and
puto,
shit.
you know?
Trying to be a model.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, dog. I'm putting myself out here, dog.
Hey,
you
you think you're better, homie? And
Yeah,
like, you
and
know?
they clowning on you, but
Yeah,
really,
bro.
when you look back at it now, it's like people are speaking their own insecurities out.
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
being
yeah.
like, I could never do that shit.
Nah, it wasn't cool for me where I grew up, so
Same.
I kept it to myself, and I didn't really share
Yeah.
it too much. And then, I got in high school, but prior to that, I went to public school. I tried to go to an art school in Toledo, but I got denied, so I wasn't able to do that. So I just ended up going to public school, and then I got into it through there with like the drama club.
Yeah.
part of an improv group called Team Pep, where we went around classrooms and talked about social issues with like bullying,
Oh, sick.
gang violence, domestic disturbance,
Oh, shit.
like domestic
Real
violence,
shit.
dating violence, all the shit that people go through in high school, that kids go
Mhm.
through in high school, that they don't like to talk about. So it's kind of where like I got back into it, and I was always kind of a class
It's
clown.
performing, really. You're in front of
Yeah.
people, you know.
Yeah,
People don't
yeah.
really, you think about it because, like, that's a skill, dog. Like, if you're going in for an interview, if you're going anything in life, like, to be confident, to stand in front of people and be like, yo, this is what I feel, this is how
Yeah.
I'm communicating, and you can look people in the eye, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is a skill, dude, and some people don't develop it. They can be book smart and all this shit, but,
Yeah.
it's a whole different intelligence,
Completely, bro. It's a whole different thing.
It's performing,
Every time.
So then, what did you wanted to do professionally from there? How did you jump in professionally, at least?
Shit, man. Well, high school I was in it, and then the first time I really tried something was when I was 16, back in 06 with my mother. I went to one of these big like acting conventions, these big cattle calls. You
They
feel
fucking
me?
they get everybody. Bro.
You know, they get everybody to
you
come.
pay some money.
You drop a little bit of money. And you get to go to Florida.
You're gonna be a star, kid.
You're the next. Do you want to be the next star?
Yeah, dude. I see it. You see this kid, Carol? Come over here. Look at this kid. And they just
So,
pump you up, bro.
I did one
they
of
take
those.
advantage of a lot of
man.
people, bro.
They do.
Because they have that. They have like the ultimate premium package, right? Some people pay for it, like 20 grand. Shit don't work.
But luckily for me, man, I had a pretty good experience with it.
But you can.
And
that's the other side of it, right?
Well,
If it's like,
I met an agent through that we all know mutually, probably.
Who's that?
I met Jaime Ferrar.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Jaime, the homie
No
Jaime.
shit.
So I met Jaime through that the first time, and I was.
You were 16?
I was 16, bro.
Out here?
No, in Orlando.
Hey, what the fuck was he doing over there?
The convention. He
Oh, they
one of
all
the-
flew
he's
in for
one of
that
the agents.
convention.
Yeah.
Oh,
To scout
damn.
talent. So I went
Oh
to this
shit!
thing.
So okay, so there's a real agent there.
Yeah.
No, but there is there is real shit. I mean, I got kind of in that way too, and I got my first agent that way
Yeah.
too. It wasn't like a convention, but it was a
Yeah,
school
yeah.
that just kind of promised all these people. That was it was just stupid.
No, ours was like a 5-day thing, man, where we did a series of competitions.
You had to do like a monologue or
Had
some shit.
callbacks, and then you got to meet these different agencies or managers,
Yeah.
depending on who was interested in you or who liked you. And that's the first time I met Jaime.
Yeah.
And he was probably the most legitimate agent that I had met.
Yeah, he's out in
from this
Hollywood, right?
thing.
Because he was out.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, and he was running his agency still at the time.
Yeah.
And I was 16, man. So I met him. He gave me some advice, and I think the biggest thing he told me was, if you're willing to relocate, like willing to move, then you can talk,
You
or
got a shot.
then you can take the next steps.
Oh yeah,
Right? Because he's like, you're from Ohio. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, you have to get out. I'm like,
Shit's
no,
changed
I
now.
know,
You know,
yeah.
you could be fucking anywhere.
You could be anywhere now.
Yeah, but that
You know,
didn't
it's
exist
convenient.
back then.
No, hell
Yeah.
no.
That's why people were leaving now. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
bro.
like, I gotta be in LA, pay half my money in taxes.
So
You know?
I did that in 06, man. 16, came back home to Ohio, finished my senior year at high school, graduated, and then I just kind of took those next 2 years, just working regular jobs, doing neighborhood shit, dumb shit.
Yeah.
18, still trying to be hard, I guess. And then in 2009, I did another competition through a different company. And this time I went to New York for a week with my mother. By the way, my parents have always been supportive of what I chose
obviously.
to do, so it helps.
Dude, I mean,
It
people don't
tremendously
do
helps.
anything because of that shit.
Yeah, man, it really helps. So I've been fortunate for
My
that.
parents were good with that shit too. It shows. A lot of people,
Yeah. So I went to New York in 2009. I was 19. Did the same series of competitions: monologue, commercial, sitcom, modeling, runway. Met some more people through that, and then I came back to Ohio, man. And then my birthday was in September of 2009. I just turned 20.
Oh, nice. What's your birthday?
September 2nd.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this,
Yeah,
right? On September
yeah.
12th.
Yeah.
Virgo.
I share my birthday with Keanu Reeves and
sick.
Salma Hayek.
Sick. Oh, sick. Those are two good ones, dude.
Yeah, it's cool. So yeah, man, I turned 20, and then I already had a tia out here, but she lived in Rancho Cucamonga out in the IE.
Yeah.
And I had a cousin too, my tia's daughter out here already, who was already in the business somewhat, and they're all from Toledo, but they moved out here.
So you already had
So
a little
I had somewhat of some home base kinda through my aunt, through my tia. And after I turned 20, bro, I was just kind of like, well, I didn't really want to do it. I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to do the university thing and get a BA or BFA or anything like that. I just was like, I'd rather just go out there and just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
since I'm only 20, so moved out September
was that?
2009.
2009. Damn.
So I've been out here 12 years, man.
Damn. Dog.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's crazy, man, to think like 12 years.
Like that.
And all my 20s have been in California. I've been in LA. So in a way, I kind of grew up.
You 30 already, or how old are you?
32.
Damn.
So I've kind of grown up a little bit here, a part of my life here in LA, man.
Yeah, 12 years. A third of your life as of now.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, it's been a roller coaster, man.
Yeah, man. It's different out here, and like it's crazy because it's different. Like I never really think about it. I grew up out here in LA, bro.
Yeah.
But like, what people don't consider is that like, it's a mentality, bro. Like you got to have the audacity to think that you can actually do some shit. You know what I mean? You got to be a little crazy and be like, hey man, I got some shit, and be willing to stand on that shit because. We were fucking 20 minutes from Hollywood, but it might as well have been New York, dude. Hollywood, right? Like, you don't think it's like an invisible wall that keeps you out, like Hollywood,
yeah.
And even then, when I started, I'm driving 20, but people used to be like, Hollywood, what's up? You know, whatever,
bro.
fucking with you, you know?
Yeah.
So, I think even making that ballsy ass move, I didn't have to do like the move like that, and that's just like a big statement in and of itself.
That's a big transition, bro.
Yeah.
Big transition.
And you stayed with your tia out here and stuff for a minute?
Yeah. Came out September of 2009, landed in Rancho in the IE. Well, first, before I got here, my godparents live in Sacramento. So that should tell you how Catholic I am.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I think he's wearing a cross right now.
My padrinos live in Sacramento, so I have family in California. You know, and I didn't really want to do New York because it's closer to home, closer to Ohio.
Are your parents immigrants or just
My dad is.
Okay.
My dad's from Mexico. My mother is second generation Mexicana from Ohio.
Okay, cool. All right, dope. And they met out there?
Yep.
How's your connection been with that? To like, I noticed you were in Mexico for a minute, right?
Yeah, during the pandemic, bro.
Yeah. How long were you out there for?
When it started in March, I left the second week of March, and I was there till middle of May. So I was there for almost 2.5 months.
Damn.
And that's the longest I had ever stayed.
It looked dope, dude. It looked like you were really tapping into your roots, you know?
Yeah, man.
You're in a rancho,
yeah, bro,
right?
in the Sierra, bro, right in the heart of it.
Yeah. No horses and shit, you know?
Stone roads, one pharmacy, one church. It's very rural places, man, in Mexico.
Who was your grandma you were with?
Yeah, my abuela.
How old is she?
She just turned 100 in August.
Fuck,
Centenario, bro.
Yo, that's crazy.
Centenario, bro. Yeah, man. God bless her, man. Bless
bro,
her
what
soul.
a blessing. Hey, that's some good genes to have, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Do you have other grandparents or no?
No, she's my last one.
Yeah, I got one left.
She's my last one.
Yeah, my grandma's like,
yeah,
man. She's got dementia, you know. She's going through it. You know.
No,
she's the last one left.
She made it to 100, man.
That's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
so I was able to go out there in August and celebrate that with her, and that meant a lot. To
Sick.
Be there,
You
man.
went?
Yeah. I had to.
How deep is the I mean, she's got what? Her children's children. Do any of your siblings have kids? Do you have siblings, or are you only child?
No, only child.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But you're probably your uncles or aunts, your cousins probably have children, right?
Kids now, yeah. So she's got like grandchildren on grandchildren.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, how deep is the family? But that's just tight, dude. I went to El Salvador. When did I go? I went last September.
Yeah.
I spent time out there, man. It's just it's something about it, bro. Something that makes you feel like, oh shit, like this makes sense, you know. It just felt good to be there. I spent a good amount of not even that much time actually. I went to Honduras after that. I went to Roatan. I was just traveling around Central America. But what drove you to go out there to spend 2 months out there for, like, you know? Were you tapping into something?
No, I think it was the pandemic had just started and I lost my job.
What were you working at?
I was working as a teaching artist for Center Theater Group.
Oh, cool. All
and
right.
I was doing that for a bit, and then the pandemic hit and kind of closed all schools. They closed all the schools, so that kind of got wrapped. And then I was living with my cousin whose mom lived out here, who I first lived with, and she works in the industry herself as a camera operator.
Oh, no,
but primarily Steadicam.
That's dope.
She's like one of the few women that do Steadicam in that field, because not a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
But she was already heading to Mexico, to La Ciudad de Mexico, to Mexico City, And she was like, "Hey, do you want to roll with me to Mexico?" And I was like, "Dude, I just lost my job. Pandemic's hitting, shit's closing. I ain't trying to go nowhere."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Don't trip. It's paid for." So I said, "All right, one way."
Yeah.
She's like,
one
way?
way.
And I was like, "All right, let's go." So I got a one way through her, man, and dipped out. Stayed in La Ciudad de Mexico for like maybe about 5 days, just doing my thing. I had spent time there a lot with my father growing up.
Your dad's from there?
He's not from there. He's from Querétaro, which is central Mexico, which is 2 hours north from the Estado de Mexico.
Is he out there or not?
No, he's back in Ohio now.
Okay.
But I dipped out to Mexico, and then from there I took a bus, took it to Querétaro, which is like a 2-hour bus ride to the capital city up there, and then that's where my family's from, man. And then reconnected with my pops, all my family there, and then dipped out to the Sierra.
Reconnected? You guys had fallen? You had a falling out or something? Or
No, just like I was able to just like meet up with them.
Yeah, during the pandemic and shit.
And then during the pandemic, and then dipped out to the countryside, man, and had a whole different experience as opposed to what everybody else had here during those first 2 months. I'm sure, bro.
Yeah. I was out in Joshua Tree for the most part of the first part. I was in the desert, like. I mean, the city was just dead, dude, out here. It's kind of nice, honestly, to pull the brakes on everything. We were all just on momentum, like. When you moved out here, what was Did you hit a dry spell? Did you start working immediately? Did you fall into theater? I mean, I know some of these answers, but I'm just I'm trying to dig a little.
No, it took me some time, man, because I didn't know anybody for one, and it's my first time being in LA.
It's a lot.
So. But I was just all excited about it, bro. I didn't really care. So first got to Rancho, and I didn't have a car. I bought a bike from Target out there. And bro, shit you not, I would take my bike. Like I learned the whole MetroLink system. I took my bike from Rancho Cucamonga, would take the MetroLink all the way to Union Station.
Yeah.
Get to Union Station, and then from there get on the Red Line.
I've done that shit. Yeah.
And then from the Red Line get to the Valley to Sherman Oaks.
Yeah.
And go to my first acting class, bro. And I did that faithfully for probably about 3 times a week, man, for like the first 3 months of me living in Cali. I just didn't care, bro. I was like, I'm if it's wherever it is, if there's a way, there's a will,
Yeah.
And it also allowed me to just learn the public transit in terms of that way.
Yeah.
And
I learned that
just
shit
get
too.
out there, man.
It helps, dog, when you ain't got no gas money, bro.
Nah, bro.
When you ain't got a car.
Nah, man.
You know what I mean? Like, I had crashed my car. I crashed my car on the way to a Walmart audition once, dog. Fuck that car up. Bro, and then I crashed my car. It ends up turning into a lawsuit. This motherfucker sues me, dog. I go to a court in and out battle for 2 years. Going through it, dog. I got a call back. I didn't book it though. But that's the type of shit. That's that's what weeds the people out. You know what I mean? When you're chasing something.
Yeah, bro.
Then, if you're not willing, because we have my brother and I, he's right here. He's we have a buddy who sometimes like will present like solutions to, right? And like if your brain is like adapted to it, so they'll be like, I want to do this, I want to take a class, or I want to do this, or I want to work at this place, and he's like, all right, let's fucking map it out right now. If you do this and you take this train and you get off here and you fucking get on a Lime scooter and ride that down for 3 blocks, you can make it on time. And then but then the other mentality is like, and it's like that's always gonna there's always gonna be a reason not to do it.
Yeah.
There's
always an excuse for something.
But if you really want that shit, like it shows in how you do it. You know what I mean? And
hey, man, when I first got here, I had a Thomas guide.
Yeah.
Thomas guide, bro.
We had those. Yeah.
I had that shit printed out, and I had the thick book, bro. And I had like when the GPSs first came around.
Yeah. The ones you put on
the ones you stuck up to your, and it had the little suction cup.
Yeah, I had one of them. Garmin or some shit, or a Tom.
Or Tom.
Yeah. I had a police scanner. Dog.
Oh my God.
That shit.
Bro, I remember that, man.
Man.
And then I was able to get a car. My parents thankfully gave me one of their cars. Shipped it out from Ohio to Cali.
Baller.
So I had wheels.
You might as well hit the fucking lottery at that point, dude.
I had some wheels, man. I still live in a Rancho though, but I would now instead of MetroLink, I just take the 10 all the way.
So you were trying to do like TV and film, right?
At first, yeah.
And then I know just from knowing you that you do a lot like more theater, if anything, or at least you've put in reps in theater. When did that happen? How did that spring about, or how did that end up being a thing?
Well, I had done
teaching it, right?
Yeah. I had been I had started doing some theater back in Toledo, like in the community,
Yeah.
the community theater there in Toledo, through the Toledo rep. And I started there like right after high school, 18, 19, man, like taking classes there and doing old like Arthur Miller plays.
Yeah.
And and all those old plays and stuff. But then I moved out to LA, and then I had tried to set up meetings with the agencies that I had met when I was in New York.
Yeah.
And following up with the people that I had met. And
How did you like what we were talking about this? Did you send out headshots? Did you send emails?
I send emails because I didn't really have. I had a headshot, but it was when it wasn't nowhere near what you.
I got
needed.
my shit on a Groupon, bro. $89, bro, and I used those shits for fucking like 7 years,
Groupon.
bro. I used them forever. They worked. I booked some shit on those,
I was sending emails, bro, and whatever the headshot that I had taken in Ohio and Toledo, and then
all the stupid shit we gotta do,
bro,
bro.
and then
type of fucking what's it called?
Cover letter?
Resume? No,
resume?
yeah, cover letters
letter?
too. I never did that shit. I said fuck all this noise. But even doing like those mail outs, it's tough, man. Like I used reference, like whoever I ever worked with.
I mean that too, but like at that
it
time,
helps.
bro. Like,
yeah, you had nothing at that point.
At that time, you had nothing, bro.
You know what I would do? I used to watch like whatever fucking TV show, like Law and Order or something.
Yeah.
I see a little brown kid and shit or something, I'd be like, I could be this motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
And then they're doing like a line, like, I swear I didn't do it, boss, I didn't do it. And I'm like, I could do that shit all day. So I'd wait until the end and it'd say co-starring and it'd say their name, and I had IMDb Pro.
Yeah.
Just look this motherfucker up, and then it'd be like, cool, who's his agent? And then I would look their agency up, and then that way I could be like, I actually found Erica. You remember Erica?
Of course.
Found Erica that way. I forgot who. So one of her clients did something, and I found him through IMDb, and he was rep by her. And I had already seen a bunch of people rep by her, and I was like, I had a homie, and I was like, yo, like, say what's up to her. I've been emailing her. She ain't responding or whatever. I'm persistent. But that's kind of like, there's a million different ways to go about it. It's like you got to find your...
You just got to find what works for you, man.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, if they're pitching this dude, I'm sure they'll be down to pitch me. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And you got to be brutally honest with yourself. You can't be like, oh, this is... I want, I don't know, Keanu Reeves' agent,
But luckily, man, I had reconnected with Jaime because I still had his.
He was my first agent too.
I still had his business card from 2006 when I first met him, and I still had his card. And I hit him up, and he remembered me. And hey, let's set up a general meeting. And I went out to his office over in Valley Village on Laurel.
Yeah.
Laurel and
I went to that one
Riverside.
too. Yeah.
And
he might still be there. I don't know.
And I met Jaime again and told him that I had moved to LA and I'm serious in pursuing this. And
I'm serious and I'm pursuing this, Jaime.
Man, and started from there, bro.
Yeah.
And then I got connected, and then I fell back in the theater. I got lucky with it, man. I fell into it through this space in downtown LA called the Los Angeles Theater Center.
Oh yeah.
The LATC.
Yeah.
And it's operated and run by the Latino Theater Company. And I had auditioned for a play there in 2011, like 2 years into me living here. It was my first professional play, play called Short Eyes by Miguel Piñero, who's like a New Yorker playwright. And I auditioned for the play, met this company at the time called UTM, which stood for Urban Theater Movement, and it was a young LA theater company, producing new works, writing new plays, putting people like us on stage.
Yeah. At the time, dude, there wasn't a lot of shit, man. There wasn't like we were auditioning for cholos. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was doing it that way, because it's like it'd be like Law and Order, the kid who stole some shit from the store, or whatever. Like there wasn't a lot of so theater was a big way that. At least Latinos had been doing it for a minute, and they could be like, yo, let me write some shit for somebody else.
Yeah, man. Nah, for me, meeting, UTM and the Latino Theater Company and finding that place, the LATC, gave me community. For me, not being from here. Yeah. It really gave me community and a place to, work on my craft and work on new pieces. And
honestly, it's like, I think I was just talking about this today. I forgot who I was talking to. It's about going for broke, bro. Like just going all the way out. And that's what a lot of theater does. You just rehearse over and fucking over and over and over and over and over again. And you get all the bad shit out, you get all the good shit out, and somehow you land on something that makes sense. Yeah. But it's a whole different skill, you know what I mean? Like
completely, bro.
In a theater, it's live, right?
Whole different
live
dog.
feedback. You can't really bullshit that shit.
I like to tell people, man, like if you do theater, theater is the extreme sport of acting.
Yeah. Essentially,
You know?
it's like music, right? If you do live music,
Yeah.
it's the same shit, right? I'm a musician, so it's like I felt a similar high because I my background was music before I was acting, and like when I would do something like a theater production or something, I would get a lot of the same feelings, you know, and it's like an energy exchange when you're in the room. These people are looking at you and shit, you know what I mean? Like you're saying your fucking line,
but you know when I was doing theater, man, my first couple years here, like I was also trying to go like a more traditional route. Because I was always interested in like actors, you know, the people before us, and how they, you know, actors from New York, and the whole traditional way was you do a play, you invite people to come see it, right? So that's kind of the way I had wanted to do it for myself when I first started out. Let me do a play, invite some people because you invite agents or managers because for me, honestly, bro, like at the time, I don't really think you can get much from somebody. You just meet them, they sit in your office and you say, hey, read this a few times. Like
that's how it worked.
You know what I mean?
Literally, they you know, and they'd be like
nah.
All right, let's see you dance, monkey.
Yeah.
And then you're like
nah.
Yeah.
Like I do it in Spanish.
Yeah. Y ahora en español.
Sí.
Yeah.
So
you just add a little button at the end.
I just always wasn't like
gratis.
I don't think you can really get a lot off of somebody from just like first encounter that way.
I mean, it's a beautiful idea in theory.
Yeah.
You just got to get these motherfuckers on board to be like, yo, I'm down to show up to your thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, bro, it's a game. This whole town is a game. It's the cool kids club, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got to act a certain way to be part of the cool kids, bro. You can't get too real.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got to just be right between the lines. Sometimes some people can get like uncomfortable, but they're like undeniables, right?
Yeah.
But as far as like it's a dance, bro. It's like you got to play this little game.
I always say, like,
shake the right hands. Thank you, sir. All that bullshit, and it's hard. At least for a motherfucker like me to just, you know, to just dance for the master and shit, you know?
For me, it's like I haven't found the right Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Essentially, that's what it is. And I know it's out there. But, you know, for me, I just you know, I guess I'm just projecting my own journey where it's just like, that's how it feels sometimes. You know, after so many auditions, bro, you're walking in and it's like, it's this room exactly like this, right? With cameras exactly like this, bro. You know what I mean? A wall just like this one.
Like this.
It's literally, this is exactly what you walk into. It's a fucking building just like the one we're in. And you come in and you have a script in your hand. Like, all right, Matías is going to be your reader. And go. Right? Well, Billy, you shouldn't have stolen the goods, you know? And then you do your shit or whatever.
That's it, bro.
And it's like, all right.
You just get that one shot.
And then sometimes you shit the bed, bro. And it's like, I'm going to go die now. Like, and over and over and over and over. Eventually you start to feel jaded. You're like, man. And ironically, in my experience, a lot of times you book that way. You're like, I don't even give a fuck about this stupid shit,
just not even
bro.
caring, bro.
You get in there, you're like, what, bro? Billy, you shouldn't have stolen the goods.
Yeah.
And they're like, damn, that was great.
There's no attachment to it. There's no attachment to it.
That's what it is. You know, when you come in with this like thirsty ass energy, nobody wants that shit.
Bro, no.
You know?
But I say now, man, with the way things have been now, with the pandemic still in, you know, whatever phase it's in now that we're in, and with everything being from home.
I mean, if we could vote on this, I think we would unanimously vote for this shit to be over.
Oh, of course, without a doubt, bro. 'Cause shit is getting old.
Some people would be down for it. You know, pharmaceutical companies would say otherwise. Hold on now.
They can make their money.
Hold on now.
They won't make their
Let's
quota.
not call it a day now. But what about Omicron, sir? You know, that's what it sounds like to me, dude.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? That's Elon's new robot. It's called Optimus.
Yeah, I heard.
It's crazy, dude. They're leaning into robots. How far are we in? We're good?
Right now, we're at 35 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. We're good.
Cool.
I was going to ask you, you did this play, dude, with somebody who I think is incredible. Oscar-nominated actor, dude, with Demian Bichir. Right?
Demian?
Yeah. You did Zoot Suit Riot with them. I never even got a chance to go see it, to be honest.
Yeah.
What year was that?
We did Zoot Suit by Luis Valdez in 2017.
It's a famous play, right?
2017, bro. Yeah. 2017.
Oh.
So it's been 5 years this coming months right now.
Damn.
Oh, I'm definitely watching that.
Yeah, it's been 5 years, man, since that.
Yeah. Zoot Suit Riot. It's filmed, right? I'm sure they filmed it and put it somewhere.
Bro. Yeah, it was first produced in '79 with Edward James Olmos and Luis's brother Danny Valdez and the whole family from El Teatro Campesino.
How did that all come about? Because I think I kind of know the story about this, but take me through the journey on this.
Well, they had this was okay for me. I had first heard about Zoot Suit like in 2012. First time I had heard about it, but I had known about Luis Valdez. You know, he's
a famous playwright,
the Chicano godfather of the godfather of Chicano theater. You know, very famous playwright, and I had heard about him prior to Zoot Suit, but then I had first seen Zoot Suit myself in 2012 when they did a production of it at the San Diego Rep. And
you went out there to San Diego to watch it?
I went to San Diego to go see it, and I saw this
Speaking of which, you can
production.
also take the train that way. You can take the Amtrak for like $35 to Oceanside if you really want to go.
I had drove down to San Diego to go see this play. I saw Zoot Suit, and Luis's youngest son, Laquin Valdez, was playing the role of Henry Reina. So I saw this production of it. They had a live band.
Sick.
And I was just blown away by it, seeing it physically for the first time, as opposed to reading it, right? And like as opposed to hearing about it and seeing the old film. And that was my first time like being exposed to it. But you know, it was first produced in '79 at the Mark Taper Forum right here in downtown LA.
Big famous theater.
The biggest theater in Los Angeles, I believe. And then
it's like a big deal. Like if you're doing theater, you're at the Mark Taper Forum.
Oh yeah, bro.
It's like
that's where you'll get health insurance through equity.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the shit. It's the game changer.
man.
Now you're really doing theater, like theater that white people go watch. You know, that's what you're doing, right? Tell me I'm not wrong. Yeah,
bro. No, you're not wrong, bro.
I'm telling you, dude.
You're not wrong.
Like now you get paid. Give them insurance.
But yeah, man, I had heard about it. I saw it in 2012, and then fast forward a couple years later. In July of 2016, the LA Times had published an article about bringing back Zoot Suit to the Mark Taper, and it was going to be the 40th anniversary, and it was CTG's 50th anniversary. So it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So I read the article.
Where was it supposed to be at? The Mark Taper Forum as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It was all going to be back where it all started, and like a revival. And I had read the article, man, and this was 2016 in July, and I was just kind of like, damn, how do I audition for that? You know, like it just kind of felt so far.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
That's the same
It
shit I was just
felt
talking
far,
about.
bro.
Yeah,
Like it felt really
and
like,
you're in the game now.
and I'm in the game, but like it still felt untouchable for me still.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, let me be realistic. There is a role that I would like to do, and it's part of the ensemble. You know, I wasn't too attached to playing Henry Reina.
Yeah.
You know, the lead
It's
role.
a longer shot.
You know, I wasn't too attached to that because they're bringing it back.
Yeah.
They're gonna put it at the Mark Taper Forum again. So it's expected that they would hire people with a bit more notoriety or more establishment.
True, but you know what
You
the
know?
crazy thing about theater is that it's not like movies, right? Where it's like a lot of people go to a play and it doesn't matter who's playing the lead. Like Hamilton,
it's not like New York, bro.
you know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, so somebody could actually really make a life for themselves.
Yeah.
If they get to like headline some shit, you know.
So I had heard about it, man, and then I was like, I was thinking about how I was gonna get a chance to audition for it. I told my manager about it. She was excited for it. She was like, I'll keep my ears open for you. And then you probably know this company too, Nosotros.
Yeah, nosotros, yeah.
I had subscribed to their mailing list, and you know,
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Yeah. Shout out to Nosotros, man.
Ricardo Montalban Theater, I think. Right, they're probably still there.
Yeah, shout out to Nosotros, man. And
they're cool.
they had forwarded an email about audition for Zoot Suit, but to be a part of the ensemble. So I got the email and I self-submitted.
Yeah.
And the casting directors
Put
were
yourself on tape.
and the casting directors were Paulino Khan and Rosalinda Morales, which I'm sure you know them.
I don't know, maybe.
And
I didn't really read for too much theater.
And Candido Conejo was another casting director for it. And
Familiar, actually.
went in, did my read, I auditioned for the role that I had wanted to audition for, which is the role of Smiley.
Smiley, yeah.
And just to be a part of the ensemble. So I did all that, man. This was in September of 2016, and did the audition, bro. Gave it my all, and then after all that, I had gone through a breakup, like my first legit breakup, like my first like LA girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and I took
how long were you guys together?
I
Not that long, but the love was
about
deep.
maybe about a year.
Oh, that's good.
Just
Okay.
about a year,
Okay,
like
okay.
committed for a
And
year.
you were in it.
And I was all deep in it, bro, because I was younger at the time and she was older.
I'm
So
gonna marry this girl, Jimmy.
you know, so I had taken that pretty hard after that had ended. So I just wasn't in a good place, man. I had quit my jobs. I was 27 at the time. Quit my jobs, 27. Auditioned for Zoot Suit, didn't hear anything, and was just kind of like tired, bro. Like
Yeah.
I was tired. I
Yeah.
was like, damn, bro. Like this is fucking hard. You know,
Yeah.
this shit ain't easy. So I dipped out to Mexico
Yeah.
again
Oh, damn.
to be with my father and my family and my grandma and everybody.
So you knew nothing transpired from that audition? You
Nah,
didn't hear-
bro.
Don't call us.
No.
We'll call you.
Exactly. So
Never.
I had dipped out, bro. Didn't even like made peace with it.
Yeah,
Like
you have
and
to.
kept
Detachment.
it moving.
Yeah.
Was in Mexico for a bit during November. This is the week before Thanksgiving. I left in October, so I was there for some time. And then being in the countryside, in the Sierra, my grandmother has a landline, luckily, in the house that she still lives, that she raised her kids in, that my dad grew up in. So my mother got a hold of me through that way, and she was like, hey, I need to talk to Matias. So my dad calls me, and my mother calls me. She's like, hey, your manager can't get a hold of you, and she's trying to get a hold of you. So she reached out to me through Facebook. I was like, okay, what's up? She was like, they need you back for Zoot Suit. And I was like, okay, when? Next week, next Monday. And this was Thursday.
Fuck.
And I was like, all right, well, just know, like, I can't leave tomorrow. That ain't doable
Yeah,
because I'm out in the countryside for one. I got to
Yeah.
drive back to the city.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so in a rural place. Like, it's going to take me some time to get home
Yeah.
and get my shit situated and get some internet.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, the fastest I can do is Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Don't worry, mijo, I'll take care of it. So my mother took care of it.
Oh, bless you.
Got me back to LA. Came back to LA. Had to cut my trip short. Went back to downtown where they were having the auditions at the Music Center on Temple. And went in, man.
It was a callback?
It was a callback.
But
And
2 months later?
About 2 months into it, bro. Yeah.
Motherfuckers playing
So
that shit hard
about
as
2
shit.
months.
2 months.
About 2 months later, get the call back. I go back, and it's the first time I'm meeting Luis Valdez in person. And I met Luis. I met Daniel Valdez, who originated the role of Henry Reyna from the original production
Saturday
and in
Night.
the film with Eddie Olmos. And met the family and did my thing with the role that I had wanted, which was Smiley. And then Luis comes up to me and he's like, hey, Matias. And the thing about Luis Valdez, bro, is he's just got a lot of presence to him, bro. And he's an OG, bro. He's an OG, man. And a lot of respect to that man for what he's done for the Latino community and for just, for us brown folks. He came up to me and he said, hey, what do you think of reading for Henry Reyna?
Oh, shit.
And I was like, okay, sure, yeah. Well, what do you have in mind? He's
Absolutely,
like,
sir.
well, I got this scene here and this scene here. I'm like, all right, cool. So he gave me the two scenes. He's like, pick one. So I chose the scene where Henry's in solitary and the Pachuco is talking to him while he's in solitary.
You knew the whole play before this?
Not to the extent that I knew it when I did it, but prior to it, yes.
I just mean like you knew the
storyline.
storyline.
I knew the storyline. I knew the characters. I knew in and out of it basically, man. Before I went back to that callback, and did the audition for him for Henry Reyna, and left. Had to go back for a dance audition. This wasn't by acting.
Damn, dog.
And this was dancing now because
You know how to dance?
There's live dancing.
Do you know how to dance?
I had to learn, but I got rhythm. Because I know, look, a lot of fools ain't got rhythm, bro. And
I got rhythm, dog.
And if they admit to it, they admit to it. But like, I got rhythm.
I'm a drummer. I got rhythm.
So I can get down. No, I know. Yeah. You drum.
But
so.
it's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
you know?
bro. Of course. So
you gotta throw your little sazon in there or what?
So we had to come back for these dance auditions, man, and that was brutal. And that was like 2 days worth of dancing auditions, man, from the head choreographers.
Matías got real fit.
Dude, so we're there learning these numbers on the spot with all these other actors that are there for callbacks. And then gradually, bro, it starts to narrow down and get smaller.
Shit, I could actually do this.
With the people that are there, right? And I'm still there, so I'm like, I know I got this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm telling myself, right, I'm like, this is in the bag. Like, I will be a part of this in some way or some form.
Yeah.
I don't care what way, but I'm going to be a part of this. So, got through the dance callbacks, and this was the 2 days before Thanksgiving, or 3 days before Thanksgiving.
Damn.
I'm at Echo Park, where I live now, actually. And I'm, walking the lake, whatever, and I'm just
Nice.
just chilling, man.
They put a lot of money into that lake.
They did. And I'm sure you remember it before it was that.
Absolutely. They put a lot of bodies out of there. They literally did. They pulled out a lot of fucking...
I
and
bet,
guns?
man.
And guns. Yeah, of course.
Bro. That shit is
Murder?
gentrified a lot, huh?
Yeah, it's white people. There's swan boats out there and shit. It's nice. I like it so much
it is.
better.
It's probably one of my
much
favorite
less
parks.
murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's got great food, sage.
Was out there, man, just to myself, and then
1,000 guns in there.
I got a phone call from my manager saying, "Hey, did you hear anything about Zoot Suit?" And I said, "Nah, I haven't heard." And she's like, "Well, I have your mother on the line with me." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "You got it. You got Zoot Suit. They want to hire you for the role, and they want you to understudy the lead. They want you to understudy for Henry Reina."
So they want to give you Smiley but
they gave me Smiley.
So for people who don't know what an understudy is, explain that.
So an understudy in theater is basically the actor that's there to support the lead, where if, God forbid, anything were to happen to that person.
Yeah.
So if the lead called in sick, that understudy gets his time to shine.
Yeah.
His or her time
And
to
you
shine.
got to know their lines on the day
Verbatim,
of.
bro.
Yeah.
You got to know that shit verbatim, blocking.
And your own lines.
And your own lines.
Yeah, because you got your own shit.
But if you get a chance to understudy, bro, that is probably one of the most challenging things an actor can do, and in my opinion.
Yeah.
Is being an understudy, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
And
You're just double. You're doing double work.
You're learning your role, and then you're learning the lead's role.
Yeah.
And
then you're trying to do your own version of that role,
exactly.
not being them, you know?
And then there's also the layer of, like, not knowing if you're ever going to get the chance to do it.
Yeah.
So I got Smiley. They gave me the understudy role for Henry. I got the contract I wanted.
Who got the role of Henry?
He's a mutual fella in the circle, but out of respect for him, I won't say his name. They had so I got.
Oh, I know. I remember who. Never mind.
Yeah. So I had got what I wanted. I got what I wanted and was excited, bro. It was like, this is like a nice break.
Yeah.
You know, to be a part of this. So come January of 2017, we start rehearsals with Luis and Damian Bichir.
Damian Bichir is an Oscar-nominated actor.
Yeah,
dude.
he's a badass, man.
He's a bad motherfucker, dude. He did this
Bad
role
man.
that I loved, which was like one of my inspires. Chelsea was in it, actually. Gabriel was in it. A bunch of people were in it.
Oh, Lowriders?
No.
Which movie?
A Better Life.
Oh, A Better Life. Yeah.
Dude, he has this monologue. He gets caught by immigration.
Yeah, man.
And he gets deported.
It was one of his first films.
Yeah,
here in the
dude.
States.
He got nominated for an.
Huh?
It was an independent film.
It was 2011.
Yeah, he was chained up, and he got caught. He was a gardener. He gets pulled over, and he's getting deported, and he's crying, telling his son, "I'm sorry, I failed you." Oh, that fucking scene.
Yeah, man.
Destroyed me.
Shout out to Damian Bichir.
Anyway, he's a badass.
¿Qué onda, carnal?
And he's done a bunch of other shit.
Yeah,
too.
man.
Countless things now, but that was my first introduction.
Yeah, man.
So he's one of the leads.
So he got cast to play Pachuco.
Yeah.
So we're doing rehearsals, and everybody's there who's there at the beginning of it. And we're learning the dance numbers. We're doing table work, working with Luis, working with the son Kinan Valdez, who's also like assistant directing. And we're just grinding, bro. We're just in it, right?
Yeah.
And then come like maybe 2 weeks into rehearsals, the stage manager hits me up and he's like, "Hey, so-and-so called in sick and won't be here today. I know you've been understudying the role and you've been learning
He's
it.
your shot, kid.
But we have to do a run for the designers, for the lighting designers. Are you comfortable with doing the role?" And I was like, "Yeah, without a doubt,
Yeah.
of course." Why
Did you know it?
Yeah. Not fully, but I had my own idea. I had my own idea of it that I was gonna run with
Yeah.
from just the work I had already been doing on my own and being there with Luis and everybody. So I show up to the Music Center on Temple, and we do the run from the beginning, man, straight up from the beginning, and I'm playing Henry Reina. And in my mind, I was like, if this is the only time I'll probably ever get to play this role.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but I get to do it in front of Luis Valdez and the family
Mm-hmm.
and my fellow castmates, and for myself.
Melina was in that too, right?
Yep, Melina Bobadilla.
Shout out to Melina. She's supposed to come on.
My fam.
Yeah, we just did a project together who just
Yeah.
gotten a really good response.
Congrats to Rosa, man.
Yeah,
On
for
HBO,
Rosa.
dog.
Yeah, it's on H. Yeah, congrats
Yeah,
to Aquitseramo, right?
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
on HBO too.
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Told all my exes about it.
Yeah. On HBO, baby.
Catch me on HBO.
Yeah, that's tight.
So, yeah, I show up that day, and I get to play the lead role, and we get through rehearsals, man, and
smash that shit.
I put it in the bag, bro. Like, I was on one.
Yeah.
I was on one because
The Holy Spirit took over.
Because in my mind, bro, I was like, there's this is one of those moments in an actor's life where it's like 1,000 hours of acting for just one moment.
Yeah.
And that one moment had came to me, and I had to show up, man, to the best I could, and I did. And at the end of the day, when we finished the run, everybody was pretty supportive of me for what I did. Congratulated me, and it was just all love. You know, It was an amazing a day I'll never forget as an actor for me. Like probably one of my top 5 experiences.
Yeah.
If I could name it as my first. And then the day ended, and then I went to an event with my manager.
Some real Hollywood shit.
Yeah,
Shake some hands. Hello. This is my client.
Some young LA shit.
This is young brown boy.
And
say hi to him, young brown boy. Hi.
But say it in Spanish.
Yeah. Hola, soy young brown boy.
And went to this event, man, and then a fellow castmate hit me up and said, "Hey, has Luis Valdez called you?" And I said, "No, why?" She's like, "Well, be expecting it because he's gonna give you a call."
Spoiler alert.
She's just giving me a heads up. I'm like, "All right, cool, thank you." So I'm at this event, meeting people, schmoozing, the whole nine.
Kind of miss it, I never thought I'd say that, but
a little bit. I miss it a little bit.
I get a little drunk.
I think I just miss the free shit.
Yeah.
And like dressing up, bro.
Yeah.
And
dressing up, feeling fly.
So, I checked my phone again, maybe like 40 minutes after that initial call from my friend, a castmate, and I got a voicemail from a NorCal number, from like a San Jose number or San Juan.
Yeah.
Because that's where they're from. And I'm like, oh no, shit, this is probably Luis, and I didn't answer it. Oh fuck. So I check my phone. It leaves a voicemail. I go to my voicemail, and the voicemail is from Luis Valdez himself, telling me that I did great work today, and I had told you to come back tomorrow and be prepared to work on the role again. But you know what? Congratulations. We're just gonna give it to you. So Luis told me I had the role of Henry Reyna, and said you'll be playing Henry in this production of Zoot Suit. Be prepared to show up the next day, and let's refine the role.
Damn.
And
how far in are you guys at this point?
We're like 3 weeks into it, bro. So we're probably less than.
How long's the run?
This run was 2 months.
Okay, so we're talking about like 8 weeks, 10 weeks.
About 10 weeks total.
Yeah.
January, February, March, and April.
Yeah.
So we're probably like 3 weeks.
Because you're rehearsing for a while.
Yeah,
too.
man.
So you're 3 weeks
into rehearsals, a week almost before previews.
Okay. Yeah.
So I get the role.
Bam.
Things changed.
Yeah.
With the fellow gentleman that they had hired, there were differences. There were creative differences, and both parties had decided to part. And I took the helm of it, and I did my thing, bro. And I ran with that shit, bro. I ran with that shit, Rick.
You're at the fucking big leagues at that point,
dog,
right?
At the taper, bro, and as a person
with
of color,
Damian,
bro,
on stage, bro.
Nah,
the whole
man.
fucking wardrobe. Gilbert was in that shit with you guys too, right?
My dog Gilbert Saldivar.
Yeah.
That's my dog, man.
Gilbert, he can fucking dance.
Yeah, that fool gets down.
He's Christina Aguilera and like J-Lo's main dancer. Like this dude's been killing it.
So, yeah, bro, for me, man, that was like a highlight for me since I've been doing this and being in LA, and like a rites of passage for me.
Absolutely.
To be a part of LA culture.
That's like your Hollywood
in any
story.
way.
Yeah, it's just like your little boom moment, you know what I mean?
Man.
And it's like from then on, shit happens, you go on, and your thing finds your way. But at that moment where you're at, there's nothing like that first big like boom, you know what I mean?
Bro.
Where you're like, ooh, this is a moment for me, you know what I mean?
And in 2017, bro,
you'll have other moments like that, but it's nothing like that first one.
No, of course not. That was my first one, man. But for that time, bro, I was the luckiest actor in LA.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody said.
Walking on sunshine.
I had the biggest platform that a person of color could have in terms of theater.
The big ass theater, right?
You know
How many does it sit?
750 to 800.
Damn.
And I had one of the
big crowd, man.
had one of the most historic plays in theater, in American theater history, and in Chicano theater.
In the theater?
Yeah. And to be working with Luis Valdez, the man himself, and with Damian Bichir, bro, it was just a recipe for success.
Yeah.
And we ran with it, and we did that shit, and I'll be forever eternally grateful for that experience.
Yeah.
To the city of LA, to the people of LA, and the history and the culture of all that.
Look at his sweater.
And yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Because I don't know how I ended up there, but I did.
No, I mean, Everybody. That's kind of what I'm curious about always. Where I'm just like, how the fuck do we navigate here? You know, how do we end up here? We all end up because it's like I almost like try to look at it, envision it like a race, you know, and everyone's not like a race, almost like an adventure, right? You know, like
yeah.
and everyone's going, and you look to your sides, and there's people sides of you, and they're doing their own thing in their own way.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
oh shit, guys, like what's that going like? And they're like, I'm making a tunnel
Yeah,
underneath,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like, no shit, can I see that shit? You know? And someone's like, oh, dude, I'm flying an airplane. You're like, what? Everybody's going their own individual. I'm just curious about, because there ain't no right way. People like ask, like, oh, what do I do? I'm like, there's no right way.
No, there's no right way,
jump
bro.
in.
You just got to do it.
Yeah.
It's a
As
marathon,
crazy as
bro.
it sounds.
Yeah,
know?
everybody's on their own marathon, bro. That's how I see it, man.
We're how far are we on time? We're in our 40s.
That's gonna be 50.
Okay, cool.
All
Let's
right.
go into some hot seat questions. We gotta have that little sound effect. Watch. We're gonna push that.
We will.
Hit us off with some hot seat questions, bro. Let's get some
Hot
energy
seat
back
questions.
in
What would your life's book be titled?
here. Ooh.
OH to LA.
OH to LA. Is it like? Are you? Let me see the. Are you? I'm trying to look at the cover, bro. Is it like OH, the number 2, or like the arrow 2?
It's
You know what I'm saying? Or the word 2? You know what I'm saying?
it's OH, the number 2, LA.
Okay, cool. All right. I like
OH to
that.
LA.
Boom, hit him with another one.
All right, number 2. What are 3 things you can't live without?
3 things I can't live without. Oh,
It could be
man.
drugs. It could be whatever you want, dude. Come on, bro.
My parents,
Ooh, you went nice.
my passion for what I do,
Okay.
and 3 things I can't live without.
It could be something material too.
Man, that's
Come on.
I can't live without.
Throw those dice.
Being in LA.
Okay, boom. There you go. Give me another
LA
one.
native. All right. What is your all-time favorite line from a movie? Aziz Light.
That is a good one. From my favorite movie, all-time favorite line. Probably from Zoot Suit, man. The film version. I mean, it's the exact same thing, but there's a line in it where Pachuco and Henry, when Henry first he's put in jail the first time, and Pachuco says to him, and he's like, and remember, Pachuco yo. And Henry goes, con zafos, carnal. That's
his
some
line,
hard
bro.
lines, man. That's some hard lines.
And that was Edward, right?
Yeah, that was Eddie.
was Eddie.
That's Eddie almost saying that.
Oh, he knows the original. Yeah, you know the whole. It has a dope composition, right? Zoot Suit. Right.
It was right after the whole East Side
beer.
Story. And
Yeah,
all that
bro,
stuff,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it was,
yeah.
Ooh, it was deep. It was very deep. All right, the next one. What's your worst oh shit moment?
Give me no shit moment, dog.
Oh,
You
worst
coulda
oh
shit yourself.
shit. Worst oh
You
shit
should've.
moment.
Yeah.
Oh
Cringe.
man. Probably when fuck, dude.
Come on, dog. Don't be shy. Don't be.
Probably when
embarrassed.
a partner of mine in my life saw text messages from someone else that shouldn't have been seen, and it happened right in front of me.
You got busted.
Happened right next to me while I was seated next to my partner, and
What do you
that
mean? She's
was-
going through your phone?
Ooh, that was premeditated.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? She's sitting next to you and she's looking through your phone and you're texting
Nah,
some other girl?
I left my phone on the dash,
Uh-huh.
right? Plugged into the radio, whatever. Went into the gas station,
Oh, I had the same exact story.
and then I come back out of the gas, and this was probably like a less than a 10-minute exchange being in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come back out,
Red flag.
and I come back out, get back in my car, and I noticed that my phone was like in a different position
Yeah.
and was unlocked.
I didn't put my phone like that, bitch.
And
I didn't.
immediately, man, I knew what happened, and that
You were
was
being
like,
a fuckboy, weren't you?
yeah, nah, I wouldn't say it like that hard,
You were playing with fire.
but you know, just dumb shit, man. And that was a no shit moment.
Was she Latina?
Yes,
Oh,
We can't do that.
I had that same exact story. Gas station, my work
that's a
phone.
no shit moment. I'm not proud of that one.
Yeah, same. But you know, that's how you learn not to be an asshole.
That's oh shit.
getting
All
caught.
right.
Give me one last one.
All right, the next one. Give us some bad advice.
Yeah, give me some bad advice, dude.
Ooh, that one's got juicy.
Get an education.
He flipped it. Get an education from an expensive ass school.
Get an education from an expensive institution that doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Spare
Pay
no
full
expense.
price. Pay double. Fuck it. Live there. All right, I think we got time for one current event. I think I sent it to you, right? Let's just pull that one up.
The current events?
Yeah, just one. And we'll get this dude out of here. It's late. You know, it's nighttime outside. The sun sets at like 5 p.m. Look, it's dark outside. It's crazy. It's not that late, right? It's like 6 or something like that. Yeah, 6:13.
Do you remember the topic on which one?
It was the Walmart one. Walmart, like, what was it? What was? We looked at it, right? Send it to him, yeah. I think it's in that email. But how do you feel about this metaverse shit, dude?
Oh, I got it.
That's basically what it is.
I have paid no attention to that stuff,
Yeah,
bro.
not even a little bit.
Nah,
What's
man.
your opinion about it?
I don't know. The thing is, I don't know.
Like, what do you? I mean, for me, I get all conspiracy on this shit,
On the
bro.
metaverse?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Just think about how convenient the timing is, right?
Yeah, of course, bro. Everything's been convenient. It's all part of an agenda, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't
all
be like,
agenda, dog.
I plead the fifth. You got an opinion, motherfucker. He's just heaping it out.
Nah, it's an agenda of.
You know what I'm saying?
Been
It's
an
like this
agenda,
is on
man.
some shit to like lock you up further and
Nah, I don't-
enslave yourself, bro. You're
I
gonna be
don't-
inside.
I don't give no energy to that in my space at all.
It's crazy, bro, because it's NFT shit. Like, I mean, yeah, it's real. You can make money. You can do stuff, and you can use it in
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah, yeah.
industry you can. You can distribute or form. People can make royalties. It's great, but as far as like buying all these little fucking cartoons and shit,
Oh, the avatars.
yeah, bro. Like, I don't know about this shit. I
That's
don't know
where they
about
get
buying
you.
cartoons.
That's where they get you.
Yeah, bro. Like if it's a specific artist, sure. You know what I mean? Like, I get those Bored Apes are worth a lot of money, whatever. But now there's a bunch of other shit that looks just like that, and people are just buying this shit up, thinking it's worth something. Like, I'm like, bro, you're buying a fucking, you're buying a Pokemon, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Hoping one of your shit is a rare one. It's the same shit.
Yeah,
You know?
bro, yeah.
I got a rare
don't-
Charizard. You know? It's like, I don't know. And,
One of a kind.
Because like it was like all these like I look at it like when these corporations start jumping in. Yeah, get on if you want. Do you know more about this shit? About how these shits work? My brother's a computer guy.
Not a whole lot.
It's an artwork. It's all about artwork. That's what's saying.
Not a whole lot. I mean, there's a way you can actually do it. Like
Use it.
Like there's artists that will basically make like a song, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they also make an art piece. So in order to hear the song, you got to go see the art piece in a gallery.
Yeah.
And you scan it with your phone, basically.
See, that's cool.
And you get to hear the song as you're watching.
As you're looking at the art
yeah.
piece.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool little things that can be done to make things more authentic for artists
And you get royalty. Well, our buddy, we just had lunch the other day after the other podcast, and he was telling us how he's making a movie, and he's gonna make an NFT, like 30-second clips of the movie, and you can buy 30 seconds of this clip for whatever amount of Ethereum, right? And you own that 30 seconds of that movie. You own the master essentially. The master's like a record, which that shit is tight to me, right? And then because they could own equity in the movie, so. Eventually, you can collect. Say, for example, like you're a master collector and you collect all the clips of that movie. You own the masters. So now, say that movie has some crazy distribution deal go off. You get royalties as an investor into this project, into this movie.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be, a show, whatever. And like, if you use it like that, that shit could be tight. But as far as like, again, like these little Pokemons and shit, like, I don't know about this shit. You know what I mean?
I'm far out of that of current event, bro. I have no idea what all
Yeah,
that's going
yeah. NFTs and
nah,
the
man.
metaverse, dog. Facebook's in on it. I'm just looking at this shit like I don't know, man. I'm too paranoid for it. You know, it's like they're programming you. Well. Before we wrap up, give me what would you leave us off with, dude? I always do this with everybody. I kind of like if you want to leave off with whatever your message is, whatever you want to get off your chest in this specific moment.
For the people.
For the
Just whatever you
people.
want, dude. It doesn't have to be no pressure,
That
but
don't
pressure
matter.
at the same time. You know, like just give me a little blurt. Give me some Matías Ponce. Drop some shit. Just say that right. You have a middle name?
Nope. Just
Matías Ponce?
just puro Matías Ponce.
Okay, puro Matías Ponce.
I would say, man, to everybody, from my experience, do what you love to do. It takes time. It's a long game. It's a marathon. There's going to be peaks and valleys. Everybody's on their own time. It's not a race to the finish line. It's just pacing yourself, man, and being the best version of yourself during that time. And also finding ways to help the youth, help kids, help people that possibly could see themselves in you with what we do in our line of work. And you know, practice gratitude, man, because you know, this is a very tough business, tough career. It's harder than being an astronaut. And I think if you have the right intentions behind it, you will find your place. That was what is meant for you will find you. And you know, just have fun.
Boom. Have fun.
The marathon continues.
Marathon continues, baby. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Episode 92 in the books. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Pleasure
Rick.
to have you on, brother.
Muchísimas gracias, compa.
Yeah, dude, it's been great, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. We're going to be back and forth, man. Episode 92 in the books. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you next week.